EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. And incomplete to open things up. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one. And you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun. Love. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. That's taken on the 25. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Saints at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Called that a very strong gain of 24. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now Love. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Ready.
Love to throw for it on 4th. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Jameis to throw it. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. Now Winston. The quick slant caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter play. 6-0 our score after 1. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Play action this time with Love. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
So ready to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Following the interception, Winston tries the left side and finds Olave. Touchdown! Chris Olave. His sixth touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And so the last three drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Winston to throw it this time. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Touchdown, Saints! Michael Pruitt, 23 yards for the touchdown, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The throw finding its target, the tight end Horsted. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Love looking to throw it. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Love now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at the 23. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. Safety coming up and making the big-time play.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Olave holds it in. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 2. Hills hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. That he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Love. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. To throw now. Here's Love. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys are either watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Quick throw out to Gordon on the perimeter. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there. The
Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 39, Love. Looking deep for Adams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Going back to Love. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
2nd down, it's Kamara again. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Okay, ready?
Love from the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
2nd down and goal. Love. Toward the pylon, caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Jacobs, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw, Winston. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Love. Back to Renfrow again, complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome. But completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion. situation, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Love. And he wisely will throw that one away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that detracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Ross. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Taysom Hill scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Lutz for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now Love. It's caught here by Adams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On second and inches, Love. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. To the air again, Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, Love. And this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Love's throw pulled in by Renfro. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Raiders on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for them in that situation.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Love throwing for it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway. meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Going deep downfield for Ross, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Love. It's complete to Cole. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Jordan Love ready on first down here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Delano Hill. And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.